Welcome to the Personalities in the Workplace podcast. We're introducing you to an easy-to-understand conversation about personality types. Navigating the different personalities in your business can be tedious. We believe that once you understand what drives and stresses those you work with, you can better interact and steer others towards productivity and success. Today, we're focusing on our seventh personality type, the ISFP, who we call the Believer. This episode is sponsored by Sage Garden Care Center. We specialize in team trainings, executive and manager coaching, and employee optimization workshops. You can learn more at sagegardencare.org.
Timogi, the Empowerment Specialist, here with Chuck Taylor from Sage Garden Care Center.
And hello to you.
Yes, and I hope you have been with us as we've been discussing the Myers-Briggs personality traits. Today, we're going to dive into this trait, ISFP. And Chuck, you have labeled the ISFPs as the Believer.
Yes, and I love this. And if you look at the cards that we use on here, I've got a compass that surrounds their letters. So this is the introverted, sensing, feeling, perceiving personality type. This is that, may I use the word, risk-taking, adventurous, go out and explore the world, explore the beauty of the creation.
I can do anything.
Yes, and really have a limited sense of fear about what life holds. They want to go out and just experience life and to the fullest.
Are they climbing mountains?
Probably so. Probably mountains,
bungee
building.
jumping.
Yes. These are the ones who like to get out there and just do it.
Jumping out of helicopters and airplanes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not anywhere near this. I don't even like roller coasters. So
I would qualify that by saying if you're married to or you're living with or you have someone, they may be an ISFP and they go, well, I don't do rock climbing. I don't do this and that stuff. But there may be some risk-taking behavior that they explore in that other personality types aren't necessarily. And it's not always a bad thing. That can very much be a good thing.
So risk-taking, not just in the physical sense of risk-taking,
right,
but believing, you've named them believers, so they believe that everything is possible. Is that what I'm hearing?
I don't know that everything is possible so much as they have the ability to control their environment. Does that make sense? Right. So they're experiencing what's right in front of them. They're able to put their hands on it. Because I can see it, hear it, taste it, touch it, feel it. I can experience it. I can explore it. I have a certain sense of control with it, and they can still do that very engaging with people. I almost think of, probably iconically, if you've ever gone on the river and you've gone rafting, these are the tour guides who are out there on the rafts guiding 10 to 12 people across the rapids, and they're having a blast doing it.
Right. That's what I felt the last time I went rafting, Chuck. Oh my goodness, these Southern analogies. Can you translate that to Brooklynese for me?
Maybe these are the bus drivers who are driving these big buses through Midtown, trying to navigate all the cars. And the traffic.
I like that. Thank you. You are so quick on your feet, Chuck. Yes. Good. So, let's see. Some other strengths of the ISFP, the Believer, is that they're practical.
They are incredibly practical.
Practical risk takers. Help me, Chuck.
So remember that personalities, the experiences that they enjoy are also related to the perspective from where they come from. So what's practical for a rock climber? Well, if you're going to go climb rocks, then you have the tools and resources necessary to do so. Okay?
Yes, I'm seeing it now.
So what's practical for you may not necessarily be practical for them. They're not going to just launch out. Well, some of them might. They might not just launch out into climbing a rock with no plan of action at all whatsoever. But they want to take the tools. They want to take the resources. They want to have the things necessary to do the work that they want to do when they're working at their best.
And I see that this personality type is extremely collaborative, huh?
Well, I think so. Remember that they have that F component in their name. So they do enjoy working with people. Now, they're not their extroverted counterpart, the ESFP. We'll talk about them in just a moment. They're real fun, and they have a different way of working. But the ISFPs like to do things within a group in the sense that they understand that the power of people come together to help us work and work well. So these are not like our NT type individuals, like the INTP, the INTJs, who are really thrive on working independently. These people can work independently and can do very well when they work independently, but that collaborative nature of their personality says that when you bring something to the table, I bring something to the table, we can contribute well.
And they're willing to bring extra seats to the table. Like, everybody, come on. Oh, you want to help?
Yep.
Have a seat, you know, and I can see that happening. So when I think about this ISFP, the believer, and their strength being collaborative, that means they're pretty selfless too. I see you have listed here.
Selfless, open-minded. They really want to kind of work within the environment that they're in. They appreciate that people come with their differences. They appreciate that people come with different perspectives. And so they're open to different ideas, different thoughts. Maybe we can do it this way, or maybe we can do it that way. I got a few people that I've worked with that have this personality type, and they'll walk into an idea with a plan, and they'll say, well, here's what I think we ought to do. And somebody else will come up and they'll say, well, but maybe we should consider this option here. And they're quick to go, okay, well, let's consider that one, right? They're not locked into it has to be this way. This is the only way it can be done. They're willing to take in other perspectives.
So I'm hearing a little bit more casual, though not careless.
I think so. So one of the words that I have on here is laid back. Right? So not that I just think that everybody ought to be able to do whatever they want to do and how they want to do it. Remember, they still have that sensing nature to them. So like if they were going to build a house, they want to be careful that they build it well and that they take care of making sure that it looks good, that it looks right, all those different elements. But in their style, they're very laid back into we'll get to it when we can get to it. There's no rush, etc., unless there's reasons to be rushed.
We want to take a brief moment here to tell you about Sage Garden Care Center and why we've made this podcast available to you. Every business can optimize productivity by educating their leaders, managers, and employees of their blind spots and pain points. We provide the knowledge and the tools to help you engage your employees to best contribute to the organization's success. We help you leverage their strengths so that you can trust they're helping your organization flourish. As an optimization coach, I help companies nationally and internationally unify their teams, effectively engage conflict, communicate well, and bolster their aptitude for success. Whether you work with a company, a church, an NGO or nonprofit, an education center, or anything else, we have trainings that will help your team. Learn more at sagegardencare.org and look for Chuck's Coaching under the Services tab. Schedule your free consultation appointment today, and we will discuss a plan that fits your budget, your needs, and your goals. All right, let's jump back into our conversation.
So I'm thinking about an ISFP as a mid-level manager and how that's going to work, because you have people under you who need your guidance, direction, and some of them even need deadlines, and you have the people over you who definitely have deadlines.
Yep.
So how does the believer, the ISFP personality, how do they use their strengths in that position?
So I think one of their main strengths is how they get along with people. They're going to be easy to get along with. They're going to be very comfortable to engage with. People are going to find them relatable. People are going to find them engaging. And they're going to say, oh, this is so easy to work alongside. They're just so nice. They're so fun.
But I want my report.
Well, then you have a problem. You have an ISFP, right? Because their timeliness is not going to be one of their strengths. So I think that if you have this person working for you, deadlines are going to be important. You're going to have to set those deadlines. You're going to have to lay them out. You're going to have to explain to them, here's why I need to have it done. You're going to have to understand that they may wait until the last minute to actually put pen to paper or keystroke to computer before they start putting the report together. Doesn't mean they're not thinking about it, but...
Right, because I see that deadlines and pressuring them are there stressors?
They absolutely are. And so I've got a great guy that fits this well. He works in a factory, and he is the go-to guy for anything that the plant has ever done process-oriented. He knows every little thing that the plant has ever accomplished. And so they need him there because he's a resource. He stockpiles away this information and is great with it. But if you need something done and done quickly, he's not the guy to go to because he doesn't work well under that pressure. But if you tell him, hey, listen, I need this report in 3 weeks, you're going to get it in 3 weeks and probably not a day before. If you want it before 3 weeks, then you need to tell him when you want it.
By 11:59
That's exactly
and
right.
59 seconds p.m.
Right.
And I'm going to say to you, but today is Thursday. You said you needed it on Thursday. Technically, it's still Thursday.
And here's your report. I told you I get your report. I got your report. Right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yes. And so one of their other stressors is unfairness. So talk to me about that.
Right. So again, remember when we talk about this sense of fairness, feelers and thinkers approach fairness from different point of view. Both of them believe in fairness, but feelers approach fairness from the individual perspective. And so the ISFP is going to say, okay, what is fairly done for these individuals in this circumstance? So they look at each circumstance within its own situation, within its own context. And so if they believe that people are being treated unfairly, they're going to have a loss of motivation. They're going to have a loss of creativity. They're not going to engage in it quite so well.
These are the people who understand the difference between equity and equality.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so give me some tips, 3 tips for working with the believer.
Well, the first thing is to understand the perspective from which they come from. They're great at engaging individuals, but they're also very laid back. You're going to get good work out of them. You're just not going to get it from them quickly. So it is understanding that and anticipating when you need reports, when you need work, when you need the project completed by, and giving them enough notice to be able to do it well. Understanding they'll bring you back good results.
Okay.
So the second thing is to be clear in your expectations. Tell them exactly what it is that you want done. I think that they will meet those expectations. And the big thing is to just be nice and be pleasant in the way that you're talking to them. If you're bringing what they consider to be excessive conflict or a sense of harshness to the conversation, they're going to be less willing to participate eagerly. Doesn't mean that they won't. I think they're probably great workers,
okay,
but you're going to kill a sense of morale for individuals if you're just not being nice.
All right. And so that brings us to a close on the ISFP personality, the believer, that sympathetic, open-minded, laid-back leader who is also does not like conflict, right? Does not like deadlines and does not like pressure, but they're going to get it done, right? Yeah. So I want leaders all over the world to hear that they will get the work done.
Yes.
Yes, at 11:59 p.m. and 59 seconds.
It's very possible. That's when you'll get
Thank you, Chuck.
Pleasure, always.
Thank you for listening to episode 12 of the Personalities in the Workplace podcast. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to the personality cards that we mentioned, more information on Timogi Jackson and me, Chuck Taylor, a link to take your own personality assessment online, and much more. Each episode, we're bringing you practical, tangible, and engaging conversations that will help you gain perspective on the people you work with. Join us for the next episode where we will discuss the entertainer, the ESFP personality type. Is there something you want to learn about regarding personalities? Send an email to chuck@personalitiesintheworkplace.com.